How's it going, Shaq?
I mean, as well as can be expected in our new regime. Uh,
Real talk.
yeah, yeah.
I we're recording today a little bit later in the afternoon.
Mhm.
Had to do some stuff with the family early in the morning.
Right.
Got back. I don't like I don't like doing anything comedy podcast related on little sleep, so I took a little nap.
Okay.
When I got back, woke up, and I don't know why I felt because maybe it's because of everything happening in the world.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because of what's happening in my career. I
Okay.
felt I needed to comfort myself. So
Okay.
I looked nostalgically through like the brain palace in my phone, and I ended up playing Minesweeper,
Okay.
right? And like I don't know why that game brings me a weird amount of comfort.
Oh no, because it was Minesweeper the one on all the phones?
It was on the phones, it was on the computer.
Computer. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, like it was
Yeah.
like the first game that like it required the right amount of strategy where like you knew it was a challenge, but
Mhm.
also like you could win.
Okay.
It was a perfect balance of that. And also it was just complicated enough that my parents don't understand it. So I felt like I was smart.
Sure.
It was everything. Like it was real cool. So I played that on my phone.
Mhm.
Was doing it probably too long, admittedly. I we had a recording time and like I was creepily getting closer and closer to the time we had to start, but I was like, no, I gotta win.
Right.
I lost the first couple games. It's been a while since I played. Felt the
Sure.
same.
Mhm.
And I wanted to get that feeling of winning. And I finally won. Felt good.
Mhm.
Came downstairs, set up everything on time. And I realized that's kind of the world we're in right now. Like we're playing Minesweeper. We got to survive the next 4 years.
Okay.
There's a lot happening in the world. There's hope. You know, if you just
Okay.
go back to a time where you were comforted and the innocence of you got you through the nonsense by focusing on something fun. Focus on your block. Focus on your neighborhood. Don't worry about the big picture right now. Focus on what you could do right now. Is there a bomb right there? Is there a little bomb right there? Don't touch that
Mhm.
one. That's all you gotta do
Okay.
right now. Just don't touch the bomb.
All right.
Four
Okay.
years, don't touch the bomb, and we good.
Uh, I mean, yes, that is one way to look at it. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, the only way you can take this is day by day because, and try to find some way, to comfort yourself or make it through, moment by moment. Because if you really start looking at the big picture, you can get very, um, I would hope, sad. and and it can be overwhelming because it's so much, and that's kind of their move, is to overwhelm you with what they're going to do when you feel like you got to try and fight all these battles. um but I mean, we've been through this before. It's just a lot of shit being thrown at us, um while we're trying to react to all of that. um Things are happening, uh on a smaller scale, but all those scales build up to make it far worse, to make it possible for all of that to happen. So instead of like arguing about you couldn't possibly, let's, you know, concentrate on things closer to you because that's where they're really fucking it up. But that's also where you can change it because
Mhm.
everyone's out here making these grand decrees, but in your neighborhoods, I guess, or in your communities, you can fight it in some way. So yes, I understand that. I have not played Minesweeper, um, so I'm going to have to take your word for it that it is like that.
Wow.
I'm not much of a gamer,
Okay.
so I guess for me it can only really relate to let's see, what game do I play? I've played Animal Crossing, And
Okay.
I don't know if that's really the same because,
No.
you're still just getting more paying more mortgages as some little raccoon tries to talk you into making your house bigger. It's really I don't
I would argue what you're describing is more gamer than what I'm describing. Minesweeper is probably closer to like Sudoku.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
strictly like a number game. Like they give you a grid and like you hit a button on the grid and it puts a number on it and it says so like if it says the number 1, you know that one of the 8 connecting boxes has a bomb. So you have to figure out based on the numbers that it's showing you which how many bombs are connected to each square on the grid. And ideally you find all the bombs.
Okay, so what is it? Like memory? D
It's kind of like that, yeah. Like they give you like the option of like flagging where the bombs are. You get points for how many bombs you avoid without using as many red flags as you need to remember it. But it's strictly like a grid game. Like it's the most. That's why I
Yeah,
was on all those like old Windows 94s
right.
computers because it didn't need any graphics. It was strictly like a game that the computer could throw up.
Right, yes. Okay.
It's
Well
weirdly addicting. Like try it once on a day you got time to kill, and
mhm.
you will waste like an hour on that thing. It's awesome.
Well, okay. I mean, I think it's the name that makes people think that they're unable to play it. Because it's called Minesweeper, and that
Yeah.
sounds serious,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah, that sounds like there's gonna be guns and shooting and whatnot, but really you're just
It's strictly a grid, like literally.
okay.
Like
Well
I'm 100% there's a way of doing this where you could play it on actual paper, but real talk, it would be slow as hell, but I'm sure you could do it. But like it's that level of like simplicity.
Uh-huh.
But it does something for the brain. It makes you feel like you did something. But
Hmm.
yeah, nah, it brought me comfort in these rough times. 'Cause you know, like I got my kids ask all these questions now. So like,
Oh,
um,
right. Yeah, yeah.
you
So,
know, like
you
I
mhm.
had to like I had to I spent like I was gonna avoid it. I didn't even pick articles of it. I was gonna avoid the whole thing. I edited the episode, I posted it, and I was like, I'm not taking part in the inauguration. This is
Right, right.
MLK Day for me, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
As it should be. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? I listened to the most proest of black rappers I could find. Know what I mean? And that's all I was bumping all day. Um, and and as much as I tried to insulate myself, like my kids are still watching some of this stuff. So like Aiden had questions because like he was like, like he had the How Hitler thing. The
Oh, sure.
He
Yes.
was like, yo, like what's up with that? Like we could do that. I was like, I'm like being real, like I think you can, but I don't think you should. I didn't
Right.
know that was a move that was allowed. And he was asking me because he knows that he's gotten into this weird rabbit hole of other countries' stuff. So he's like, I know it's illegal in Germany, and they like were the ones where that was a real problem. So I figured it'd be like not allowed here. And I'm like, it's not cool to be clear.
Right, yeah.
Like if
It
yeah,
ain't a
like
good thing,
real
but
talk. Like I know if people are doing that at like the supermarket, it's a problem. You know, so he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Like I promise you, like if anyone just does that randomly at the food bazaar tonight, like you gonna
Mhm.
see talks. But
Right.
there's parts of the country where like yeah, they're starting to feel that energy, and it's unfortunate. And this doesn't help the fact that he's doing it on this stage.
Mhm.
Um, and he was asking me if he did it or not, and I was like, I definitely think he did it. But I know also that the second this hits the news cycle, he's gonna let it sit for a day and then say he didn't do it, and then it was him saying some other nonsense.
Well, he didn't even have to do that, other people will do it for him.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that, if you've managed to acquire enough minions, they will go out and, preach the gospel for you. So everybody kinda chimed in with a lot of people chimed in with "No, no, 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 he's autistic, see?" And what
Mm.
he was doing was he felt so strongly, he was so happy to be there that he put his hand over his heart, right? And then he was sharing that love. He was like flinging that love out to the audience because he was so happy to be there because he's
That's
autistic.
you're
See,
right.
yeah,
I miss that.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was something. It was something. I didn't watch any of it, and I saw some of this come through social media and whatnot. Yeah, I didn't think, yeah, I guess you do got to explain this to kids. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry,
yo,
buddy. My
real
cat had
talk,
no questions. So,
yo.
you know.
I mean, real talk. Yeah, Scratches over here. Like, all right, we still eating today, though, right? Like, all right. Outside of that, I don't really care. But
Right. Oh,
now
man.
my kids are old enough where like this is real for them. Like these are the first like this is the first
Mhm.
political cycle. They're very much like aware of what's going on.
Right.
It's the last one before they could vote, so like they're
Mhm.
cognizant of this stuff. Um, they called me out a little bit too because I am a long time very pro Snoop guy. And they're like, "Yo, I see that dude
Oh.
on this," and
Mhm.
they recognize that I was blown. I'm a first of all, shouts to my playlist diversity because they recognize like, "Yeah, ain't that dude from your Spotify?" Like, I was like, "All right," like real talk. Yes, I've played Ti. Yes, I've played Snoop. Like they knew, like they like, "Yo, I heard these dudes from you, Dad."
Wait, was Ti there?
It was I believe Ti and Snoop were both involved with this.
No, Nelly was.
Nelly was, pardon me, you're right. Nelly
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they were playing like uh the
Yeah,
what
they
am
were
I
playing
bugging out?
some inaugural events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were doing like
Like the
pre-preemptive
weekend.
joints and they like
Mhm.
and the Nelly came up because they were talking because I just bought them the Uptowns and I was explaining to them why these sneakers are dope and then Nelly got like the two pairs joint.
Oh, what,
Nelly had
the Air Force Ones?
yeah, he has a song.
Okay.
So like I had just referenced this to them
Uh-huh.
month ago, like trying to explain to them why like the sneakers I just bought you are cool.
Uh-huh.
So like it was top of mind. They're like, yo, ain't this the sneaker dude that? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
What he doing on that? But it felt it bothered me because it was like attacking like it was stuff that I didn't feel I'd ever have to defend about me. Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like it was weird. Like I felt like there's certain there I would have never associated those people with this. I definitely like wouldn't have associated part of my identity as something that would cross over here. And
Mhm.
I had to call it out. I was like, yo, like I'm gonna be real. Like I love their songs. I love the catalog. I love what those when those songs came out, they like were integral memory moments for me. I can't support what's happening right now. In particular, because they know I'm also an artist. They've seen me turn down money for things that I don't believe in performing at.
Mhm.
And they're like, yo, like they're doing it. I'm like, yo, them checks must be crazy. And they have different morals than I do. Just it is what it is.
Mm.
But
Right.
not every artist is gonna say no when you throw them a fat check. By the same token, I promise you, they all live better than us, like in terms of the house. But I don't know how they feel in here. Like
Yeah.
I feel good about everything I've said no to, and I don't know if they could say the same right now. They could console themselves in caviar probably, but
But
it's
who
weird.
cares?
Yeah, I'm like,
First of all, Snoop don't say no to nobody.
yeah,
Snoop, anyone holding Snoop up to some sort of standard of anything is insane. That shit went away long ago. Long, long ago. Like, yeah. So he, as the saying goes, he would show up to the opening of an envelope. He will say yes to all of it. He doesn't so like
but it always felt cute. You know what I
did
mean?
it?
It did for me. I'm gonna be real. Like
Well, yeah, because it didn't seem like sure, yeah, but
this one hurt. Like the Olympic run, I thought that was cool. Martha Stewart, weird connection, but it kind of like it was adorable in its own weird way. You know what I mean? Anything he's like supported as a product, they kind of had like a weird smoke connection. You know what I mean? But this was just hurtful.
I guess. I maybe maybe he just wasn't. I it's possible I don't have enough people on pedestals
Mm.
because I am reluctant to trust or believe in anyone. And that plays out in different ways. But one way it does is that I'm with you until I get a feeling and I'm not.
Right.
So, and I and that's for the people that I'm fully with. Like I'm down for whatever it is that you're doing. And honestly, that's kind of a short list of people that I would rep all the time. Now, just because you got a song on a playlist doesn't mean that I will rep you to the fullest. It just means I like this song and I have it on the playlist.
Right. Right.
So Snoop doing it, for me, not surprising because he hardly ever says no to anything.
Mm.
Um, and he is and like you said, it seems cute. He is adorable, right? That's the way that he's been able to be be that's how he's been able to do all of the things, say yes to all of the things that he's been able to say yes to because he's adorable.
Yeah.
Everyone the America has decided that he's cuddly and he's not menacing or anything like that. So, yeah, but he is also like a 52-year-old black man
Yeah.
who, for whatever reason, can't say no to a check. That's a dangerous place to be to a person who's got to have the check. Now, Nelly admitted, or no, Nelly said he wasn't doing it for the check, which is
Yeah.
insane to me, because there's no way that's possible. He's got a baby with Ashanti and another one on the way. If that kid hadn't gotten here already, he's doing it for the check.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely is. Um, that he even that they got to Nelly on the list is funny. How high up on the list was Nelly? For you know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering is like how many people did you reach out to?
Uh.
And who would say yes? I mean, like, was Ice Cube busy? Because I mean, he's always been seen to some extent as dangerous, Ice Cube. So
Right.
when he has started to talk the way that he has been lately, which is I don't know if people realize how conservative black folks. A lot of black people are very conservative, black Americans, very conservative, but we haven't historically voted conservatively because conservatives are kind of vocal about uh wanting to treat us poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats, however, they kind of back into it accidentally, air quotes, accidentally. So we got to go with the ones who don't actively say, fuck y'all.
Real talk.
That's why a lot of people, kind of a lot of black folks vote Democratic with like their teeth clenched. But I mean, to hear their views, maybe they agree. This, however, I mean, like I didn't even really think of it. I had no problem writing off Snoop if that's what if that's what that is. I mean, I hadn't paid attention to Snoop and I don't know how long because he keeps showing up everywhere and I'm just like you're not a real person anymore. You're a shell of a man. You're literally just you're just kind of a crip walking like um marionette. And so I don't pay attention to him anymore. I haven't. In a smooth 15 to 20 years have I paid attention to him. Um yeah, probably about 20 years since I paid attention to Snoop in any way. Nelly I've always hated. So this did not the I'm not torn in any way. I've only liked 2 songs by Nelly, and as it turns out, both of those songs were beats by the Neptunes, and I was like, "Oh, that's why I like it." Otherwise, never liked Nelly. So fine. Um, yeah, like I'm not. You said Ti, and I know you meant Nelly, but I
Yeah.
mean, shit, he could have been there too. I wouldn't have been surprised. Like, it's not about the good; it's about the power. And so these are the people in power, and they want you to come and do a little jig for them. And they said they'll cut you a check, so you're going to go because they're the people in power. And that's as far as I think maybe their thinking is. just like we got to work with them, they're in charge. And that's ultimately how the vibe is right now with the whole, uh, like, that's how the inaugural vibe was. It was just a lot
Yeah.
of people who first time around was just like, yo, really? And now they're like, well, give me the ring so I can kiss it. So it's very disheartening.
Yeah.
It's very disheartening to see people be like, "Well, I guess this is what folks wanted," and I'm like, "It's not. It's absolutely not." So that's why I understand what you're saying when you're like, take care of your block, take care of your neighborhood, your community, or whatever. Like, because on a federal level, it ain't it ain't there for you. So you gotta, once again, it's got to be on a more personal level, where you're really interacting with it, and that's going to happen in a community level, a city level, maybe get it up to a state level. But yeah, so yeah, like your kids were right to be like, "What's up with that?"
Yeah.
And you are right to feel some kind of way about it, because if you don't, then I don't trust you. You don't feel any kind of way about
Real,
if these people meant anything to you, you don't feel any kind of way about it? Like I do, and like I said, I don't like Nelly. I've never liked Nelly, and I still was like, "Geez, buddy." You know?
real talk. Nelly meant weirdly more to me than I think people would realize. I didn't like a lot of his music.
Mhm.
He was never like, if anything, he was a step away from the music I liked
Sure.
when that started getting popular. But
Mhm.
weirdly, like he was also like the closest thing to Dominican representation I found in hip
What?
hop. Because
Why?
like he had a cool accent. He played
Uh-huh.
baseball. People don't realize that. Like he
Uh-huh.
gave up baseball to like do this.
Oh,
His
okay.
you know what I mean? And like his fashion sense was like almost hip hop, but like not quite it because it wasn't New York hip hop. So it was like, oh, like he wears what we wear, but it's tight. And like that's all the people I've like seen growing up. You know, I don't know why.
Was
Just
it
like
tight? I don't think it was tight.
it was
I
tighter
think
than New Yorkers.
yeah, no, y'all were swimming in y'all's shit,
Real
but
talk. It's just
but
he looked like all of my uncles to me. Like he just,
okay.
you know what I mean? And it just so happens that I just didn't know anyone that wasn't from New York up until this point in my life. That's really what I realized. Like now, looking back on it,
Right, yeah. Hip
like
hop that wasn't from New York, you did
yeah,
not recognize.
just people not from New York. Period. I was like 14 when he came out, so I hadn't even like
Oh,
left the
alright.
state unless I was going on a plane to DR. So
Right.
like I hadn't like chilled down south or any of that. So to me, like everyone sounded like this
Mhm.
and dressed like this, and we did
Mhm.
rap. And then there was people similar, but from the West Coast, they had a very different accent.
Right.
This wasn't that accent. It was very like dancey. I was like, oh, I know this from back home. This is what my parents play in Spanish. It was all that. Nelly to
Okay.
me was Dominican and English. And it turns
Wow.
out that it was just that's what St. Louis was. It was cool.
Okay. That's kind of mind-blowing, actually.
Real talk. Look,
Yeah.
and low key, yo, if like I know y'all know Nelly for a long time now. He's
Mhm.
ingrained, and you see and you hear what you hear. But if like you just met Nelly and Nelly just started talking Spanish, you would think he's Dominican.
I mean, he'd have to talk Spanish, and I don't know if my first leap would be Dominican,
Nah,
honestly. No, probably Puerto Rican because he wore, he
all the
because the Band-Aid, drew attention to his cheekbones, and
that's fair.
as we know, the Puerto Ricans are world renowned for a high, sharp cheekbone. I don't know.
Solid. Real talk. Jeans are strong, baby.
Yeah, so, but either way, I don't and that's probably because I did not come up strictly in New York in a way where, I wasn't seeing anything else.
Mm. And real
Yeah.
talk, I even knew like three Dominican Nellies. One of them, like I have a cousin named
Oh,
Nelly.
the name too, I didn't even think
Yeah,
about the
like I
name.
like
Oh,
Nelly
yeah,
is like
no, okay, I see, I am seeing the vision that you were putting together and how
real talk.
perhaps that could have happened for you.
Like I thought for years, I like low key, like I thought that was like a planned thing. Like, yo, they a growing demo. Like, don't say it, but like, drop hints,
Okay,
and that was
alright.
the thing, like there was like an A&R meeting, like, yo, Nelly, just Dominican up the side of you, and we'll see. We'll start testing
Ah, okay. I gotta take your word for this. I can't see it, but I also see how you could get there, but man.
I'm sure I was alone in this. I'm just saying
Yeah, no,
that's how
no,
I
no.
felt.
That's very interesting and also hilarious.
Real talk. Just reaching for identification in my heroes. Okay.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you don't see yourself someplace, you're gonna try and see yourself someplace.
Real talk. And like this
Yeah.
was you got the Dominicans that we had weren't like loud yet. Like AZ, Fabulous. They weren't like bragging about that
Wait,
side
hold
of it.
on. Is Fabulous
Fabulous is
Dominican?
half Dominican, but no one he don't talk about that side because I think that's the parent he wasn't cool with.
What's the other half?
I think I forget what kind of black he is, but like he's a
Just
New Yorker,
oh.
you know what I mean? And like
Wow, you
his
know what? I would have put my money on Haitian with him.
real talk. He out here, baby.
Which I mean, I guess was a neighbor, so who
Yeah,
knows?
I'm telling you.
Um,
But
oh,
and like he
interesting.
started like once like, like culturally the rep grew up, he started like dropping like little hints. Like he would put like the flag every now and then,
Oh,
you know what I mean? But it was a thing. And
that's
AZ, same thing. He was real quiet with it. Nobody knew. And then like he was like, yeah, like my last name's Cruz. And I was like, oh shit, you know?
yeah, I don't know. That one feels like, yeah, sure. I don't know why. I don't know much AZ, but I feel like hearing that, I'm like, yeah, no, of course he was. I don't know. I don't know why I think that, but I really, if I were a betting woman and I had money to put down, I would have said Haitian for Fabulous, and I don't know why I would have thought that.
Yeah, yo. My man
Anyway, that's
half my
wild.
peoples. Real talk. I forget which is which. I know it was a thing, but like, yeah, he didn't shout it out for years, probably like a decade before like people like started like, yo, like, so what are you? And he was like, yeah.
Oh my
Real talk.
god.
All that's to say is that it's been a rough week here,
Mhm.
but we getting by. We figuring it out. I hope you guys are doing okay. Um, I wanted to mention that though, just because like realistically, I know like politically it's been a heavy week.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't get that many articles politically. I didn't want to necessarily get that, so I just wanted to mention that too. Like we're cognizant of what's happening, but
Oh, right, yeah, no, we know. We don't talk about it much in the articles, but we are
yeah, like we're here, we're
sadly
living it.
aware. Yeah,
Yeah,
we are sadly aware. I
real talk.
mean, yeah, I threw myself into David Lynch stuff, so that's where
Yo.
I've been. That's where I've been, and that's a little bit of a wild place to be, but it also feels very comfortable, so just weird, just weirdness, just real weirdness.
Yo, it's wild times out here,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah, do what you can to cope, everybody.
Minesweeper, highly recommended. Put it out
Oh
there, yo.
my goodness.
You can play for free on Google, you know?
Of course you can. Or just go back to solitaire, whatever the other game was.
Yeah, Solitaire
Mhm.
was good. I enjoyed that one.
I
You know what
didn't
I mean?
play either of those.
Nah,
No, I was just like, I'm not much of a video game person, I guess.
but you consider Solitaire a video game?
Yeah, because 'cause I've seen people play it like they're playing I mean, yes.
Wow,
It's you're literally playing cards and flipping them or whatever, but you're doing it on the but yeah, you are I've seen people start and not stop. There was
wow.
solitaire, but then there was another card game that was on computers or built into a phone. Do you remember what it was? I
That
can't
I
remember the
don't. I
name
know
of it.
Solitaire I played a lot, and I know Minesweeper I played a lot.
There was something it's kinda like solitaire, but not quite solitaire, but whatever it was, I watched my sister play that for hours. She would come to my parents' house, get on their computer, and find it, and then just play that for hours.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, and she when we had, the world's first gaming system, which as everyone knows was the Atari 2600. Um,
Amen.
she was big on video games and that. So, yeah, people treat those if it's on a computer, it's treated like a video game.
Nah, that's fire.
She
I
wouldn't
get.
she wouldn't do
Huh.
it with regular cards. We had
Yeah, you're
cards.
right. You're
She
right.
didn't play that. I wish I could remember. I'm gonna look up computer card games now
Real talk. I
because
love those things.
um, I definitely had to look up how to play Minesweeper and was just like, "Oh, that actually seems easy."
Real talk. You know what? I'm gonna play Minesweeper with the kids upstairs later. Like I'm gonna
Oh,
like.
they're gonna be bored. So bored.
Yo, listen. Turn off that Xbox. We gonna play
Yeah,
Minesweeper.
you'll never win.
It's good for the mind. You know what I mean? Real talk. I know. I'm realizing I'm becoming such an old dad stereotype with shit like that. Like every now and then I'll just go on a rant on some nonsense like that I know I feel good, like I feel right about, but I fully see from their perspective that like,
that you're the old man just
yeah,
screaming at him.
dad's bugging out, yo.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to have those moments.
Oh man, I'll leave him alone today. I won't do it.
Yeah, yeah, let them rest.
Real talk. Let's get into the news.
Okay.
Kicking us off, Walgreens CEO admits anti-theft measures hurt sales. When you lock things up, you don't sell as many of them. No shit. Yo, top executive at Walgreens lamented the loss of sales from putting items like toothpaste behind lock and key to crack down on the rampant shoplifting that has plagued the pharmacy chain around the country. When you lock things up, you don't sell as many of them. We kind of proven that pretty conclusively, said Tim Wentworth, CEO of Walgreens Boot Alliance. Wentworth said that Walgreens saw a 52% increase in shrink, an industry term, which means loss of inventory that cannot be accounted for through sales or legitimate means. After reporting earnings last Friday, he went on to say that grappling with retail theft was akin to hand-to-hand combat battle.
Buddy, stop.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
being real
You
OD.
look, man, work a floor. Here's why y'all think it's so damn hard. Because you done took away all the employees. You only got 2 employees,
Real
right?
talk.
And
Tell
and
'em.
then and then you locked everything up. And now you got one person who's got to put stock out and one person who's supposed to ring everybody up or at least point them towards the self-checkout. Oh, well, nope. You know what? Now we don't like self-checkout anymore. Okay, I guess I'm back to ringing everybody up. Y'all can't decide.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted the robots to come in and fix everything, and now nothing can be fixed because I don't understand how do you have an increase of 52% in shrink if you locked it all up? Who the fuck is stealing? Maybe
Real
y'all
talk.
ain't counting shrink. Well, in that case, then where's the shrink coming from? From the shipment? Because that's the only time that people can put their hands on the product?
Real talk.
I don't
Yeah,
understand. I don't understand.
I still think people are stealing the same amount. It just takes longer. Like, because that one person got to go open the key for like 7 people.
Yeah, I
You know what I
know.
mean? So now I'm by myself waiting with this toothpaste you gave me. You know what I mean? I go to the self checkout. They don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean? I
mean,
feel like you just gave me something to take home.
it's so that locking this stuff up is so annoying. Also, I really don't think they thought that through. I mean, they locked up so much stuff.
Yeah.
So much stuff. And it's for the most part, it's the same products, but it's not universal across the stores. I
Right.
can walk into a Target in Atlanta and not have to buzz someone in order to get like Prilosec, but I have to buzz someone in New York or LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are we talking about?
Get a
Like what?
system.
Yeah, like what do you know what I mean? Like I have to, and then they want you to just know. Some places they unlock and then they stand in front and they're like, I'll get it for you. And I'm like, get out of the way.
And
Get
like,
out of the way. Because if you don't, I gotta look. Because
yeah.
y'all ain't stocking great. And I gotta see if it's the right one. And you've raised the prices. Look, I had to get a deodorant that wasn't the kind that I wanted, but it was the kind that I was rushed to get because this guy was jingling the keys behind me, like, hurry up and get your deodorant. Because I got like 15 other people I got to unlock for.
Real talk.
And I'm just like, great. And then I get up there and the deodorant was $13. I was
You're not a
like,
member, Shy?
huh?
You're not a member? You
Who
don't get
cares about being a fucking member? Why do you need my phone number and email address to not charge me $13 for deodorant that ain't even the right deodorant? How make that make sense?
real talk,
Why
yo.
I got to give you my identity You taping me. You're taping me. You're taping me as I'm ringing myself up of the wrong deodorant, and then the number comes up. Look closely at my face on the tape when you see me go, what the fuck? That's what you need to pay attention to. And then come through and scan your little plus card after that. Like,
Yo,
yeah, it's insane.
real talk. Yo, shout out, I got into a fight about this like 3 weeks ago. I was at a Walgreens, and you know they got those like I wanted a Gatorade.
Okay.
So they have that. They always got like some sale, like buy one get one for $1. And
Okay.
it was for like the brawler Gatorade, like a 32 ounce.
Right.
So like just a little bit more than what a normal person would drink.
Right.
And but like I'm like, I feel stupid if I don't buy 2 of them. So
Okay.
I got 2 of them.
Right.
I go to the counter, and the dude, he's like, yo, you a member? I was like, nah. And he swipes it. He swipes my card, and it comes up to like $7, $8. And I'm like, yo, like, ain't there a sale? He's like, that's for members. I'm like, my
Yeah.
man, you thought I wanted 2 of these shits, like, just naturally? Like, oh, yo, are we looking at the same thing, Munchie? Like, this shit could like solve the thirst problem in the village, homie. And I got it twice only because of that dollar sign over there.
Right.
You
Don't
know what I
put
mean?
the
And you tell
sign
them,
up.
yeah, like just tell me that's not the price then. Like, you only go give it to me if I give you my info. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
you gotta be a member for that. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Real
Yeah.
talk. I sent the email, everything to Walgreens. This is insane work, bro.
Yeah, it's wild. And I mean, and I think I am like at Walgreens, I think I have a card. CVS, I think I have a card. Those have been grandfathered in from like
Mm,
before they started locking everything up, and when prices were reasonable, and also when I wasn't in there as much as I am up here in New York.
right.
I wasn't in the drugstore like I'm in Atlanta like I was there, and this was another time perhaps. But the Targets, and also that was the land of Walmarts. Like, there were other options.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to get my deodorant from Family Dollar. Like, there were other options. Family Dollar, they don't lock it up. They just put it all behind the counter, and then they got one person doing everything, and they're always on break. Like, it's dire, but they put everything behind the counter. So you got to point, can I get those? And then can I get the, like, that's, I don't know what's worse.
Yo.
Having
And
someone watch you as you bend down to get your tampons, or have someone get them for you when you're like, that's not even, I don't want, I know there's a box in between, but I personally want my hands to be the, at least the third hands to touch this.
real
Let me
talk, yo,
live in this
can we farm
world.
to table these tampons?
Yeah,
You
like,
know what I
why
mean?
I go, why does it have to go through so many hands?
Real talk. I want artisanal tampons. Okay,
Yeah, and then you
straight to
gotta,
me.
so they're behind the counter, they don't give it to you, they walk it over to the register, but there are, like, 3 people ahead of you, so now each person is just like, "Oh, are these your Nope. Oh, are these for you? Nope." You gotta yell from the back, "They're mine, they're mine. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm the tampon lady
I'm the
over here,
tampon one, I'm the
right
one." The one with no patience? Yeah, that's me. But now for the CEO to just be like, "Huh,
here.
turns out if you lock," and also I feel like he's real flippant with it too.
Yeah,
When you
real
lock
talk.
things up, you don't sell as many of them. We've kind of proven that. Fuck you.
Dumbass.
Unlock it.
Yeah,
Release the toiletries.
real
Release the
talk.
toiletries.
Yo, you know, I wonder how much money would they save if they didn't have to spend the man hours of unlocking all this shit every time they stocked it, every time they had to sell one.
You know what? That's the thing, is that you could be ringing folks up. So now you got people mad in the front and mad in the
Yeah,
back. And that's kind of wild, because they used to have enough people on staff that they would do a prompt through the speaker
yeah,
to let employees know when to follow you around the store, what section you were in.
right.
We used to be proper, you know what I mean? Now they're
Yeah,
down to brass tacks, but there was a time where you could be in deodorant and you just hear over the loudspeaker, just like something like aisles, blah blah blah, and you realize it's your aisle because an employee would just kind of slowly be in your peripheral vision, acting like they're stocking something, but really they're watching you. So then you move to the next thing that you have to buy, and then you hear something for a particular aisle, and then the same employee is again phantom stocking while keeping. They used to have enough people on staff to do that.
Real talk.
Now you can't even watch me if I was going to steal, but it doesn't matter because man, it's so ridiculous.
Real talk.
Even people who want to steal are just going to storm out.
Yeah, like
No one's going to
there's
break
people.
anything.
That's what I'm saying. There's people stealing now, like on principle. It's just like, yo, like I ain't even want this, but it's the only thing that's outside.
Right.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? I'm gonna take this just to prove a point. You know?
Right. Yeah. So
But
then,
it's
so now everything's locked. It's very annoying. And for this guy to be so flippant, I want bad things to happen to him. Oh,
real talk.
like that's a terrible lose your job.
Yeah, hey, I ain't
Lose your
wishing Luigi
job.
on you yet, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not at Luigi levels, but we are close
real talk.
because this hits me more than healthcare.
Real talk. This is every
So,
day.
yeah, this is an everyday thing. So, if you're not shutting them down, which you are because you thought to lock everything up, this is very, very upsetting. And I don't like your tone, Mr. Man. I don't
Wh-
like your tone.
While the Walgreens stock is up 32% since the beginning of the year, it is down 77% from over the last 5 years overall.
Oh, shit.
Yo, they are feeling it, yo.
Man, free the toiletries. Free the
Real talk.
It's so annoying. Just free them, hire more people, pay them a living wage.
Real talk.
Do right by the folks, but you won't. You
Yep.
won't do that. You absolutely won't. So I guess we all gonna burn.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
guess we're all gonna burn.
one final thing I say, like, as a society, we've all made a pivot away from like plastic, and y'all are just covering all of this shit up with
Yeah.
plastic little windows. Like
Oh,
real talk,
sure.
B. Come on, man. Everybody else is trying to figure out how to use less of this shit, and that except Walgreens, CVS, y'all covering up the whole store with this layer.
Yeah, it's very annoying. It's very
Tired of y'all,
annoying.
B.
And also, I feel like I could buy a key from like a office supply store and just kind of it's all the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I could get something off of Amazon and just go ahead and pop in there and get my soap and keep it moving. Ugh.
Real talk. I'm on eBay already. Real talk. You just
Yeah.
inspired me.
I'm sure it's possible.
Yo, I'll send you one when I find one.
Great.
Real talk. We shopping. We ain't even selling product. We just trying to
No,
help y'all out.
I'm just trying to get to the razors. That's all
That's
I
it.
want.
Trying to clock in with you, homie.
Yeah. Here's the thing that they're doing. There's the name brand stuff that's locked up, but then their store brand is just stacked high on the end caps. And I'm like, don't nobody want your ibuprofen that don't work. Especially because a lot of them, I believe there have been reports released that so a lot of store brands are it's just a lot of filler. It's not much medicine. And
Ah.
vitamins, it's not much vitamins. It's just a lot of filler, I guess cornmeal or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what's in them. Shredded newspaper. I don't know what they're putting in there.
Well, you feeling healthier now, but I know a lot about October 4th. You know
Right.
what I mean?
So,
Oh my goodness. Do better, Walgreens. Real
yeah.
talk, yo. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, I didn't expect that to be the rant we went off on, but
I did. I'm glad we're discussing it because that did upset me. I just didn't like that dude's tone. I knew that they'd already talked before about how, it seems like this isn't working the way we thought it would. And I just
Mhm.
remember thinking, well, how did you think it would work? But this guy with the, I just want to punch him in the face.
Yo, cause like real talk, it it's funny to hear people snitch on themselves.
Mm,
The way he talks about it makes it sound like for him, shopping at Walgreens is a rare thing. So he doesn't
right.
see the time spent. But in turn, that's the point. Like literally, you shop at your own business so little that you don't see how this could be like a cumulative waste of time. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like you're not your own customer and you're not aware of it. You're not in touch with what your customer needs. You
exactly.
snitched on yourself by saying that like you don't see how this is a headache to deal with every time you come in here because you don't come in here. You don't
Yeah.
shop. You get that shit mailed to you. You go to another store.
Somebody
Someone
else
handles
does
this
it.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this is not your problem, but
exactly.
you're in charge of it and you are making the problem. So, but you're
Real
like, "Well,
talk.
I don't deal with it, so this was
Yeah,
news to me." And I'm like, "How is it news to you? You've never been in a drugstore? Not even your own, just a drugstore in
yeah.
general?
Nope.
Man,
Real
fuck
talk.
that
This
dude.
dude never seen them shits, yo.
Nope." That's so upsetting.
Real talk, yo. Trash, homie. In other news, JetBlue now takes Venmo online bookings.
Oh
A
my
first
god.
for airlines.
Oh, no. This is oh god.
JetBlue now accepts Venmo payments for flights in what it's called the first for the air for any airlines. Venmo payments options are available on airlines' websites and will roll out on their mobile app in the coming months. The Venmo payment options are the latest announcement in a broader effort for JetBlue to enhance its services and boost profits. The struggling low-cost carrier has searched for new revenue streams as larger airlines introduce their own budget options, increasing competition for those flyers.
Okay. Um, all right. So this will make it the airline of choice for people who don't actually have banking accounts, but they use Venmo.
Yup, yup. Real talk, yo.
Which maybe this is old school of me, but
Okay.
that is wild to not look. I understand when you don't have. I understand why. I understand how you can get into a situation where you don't have a checking account
Yup,
or
yup.
any sort of banking account.
Yeah, life
Um,
is real.
Life is real, and them check cashing places are
Predatory.
fucking you up worse than Walgreens. So
Real talk.
I get, I get that, and Venmo has stepped in there, even though it's just PayPal's little brother or something like that.
Word. It's just
Um,
the app.
Yeah. So I get it, and they have credit cards now. You could get a Venmo credit card. I'm just like, what is this backed by? Like
Real
I
talk.
thought
I
this was
got one
just
too.
an
I don't know what it
easy
is.
way to give someone money when we go out to eat. No one feels
Yup.
like splitting it 15 ways. Just give all the money to that person, and then we handle it that way. But what do I know? It turns out people are truly doing banking and all that kind of stuff. And I guess now they can fly on JetBlue.
Real talk.
The way that JetBlue can compete, I think, is by making stops in places
Mm.
that not all of the airlines are going to, even the budget ones. Like apparently they used to do a flight from JFK to Burbank, California. There's a little airport in Burbank, California. That is nowhere near as crazy as LAX, and but only a few flights go into it that aren't
Oh.
like from New York there were no direct flights. But then JetBlue had a direct flight, but then they got rid of it. But now it's back. And I know people who are just like, yeah, because it's just an easier one to so like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I know a lot of people who are happy that there's a direct flight out of Burbank now to New York
Hell yeah.
and not having to deal with whatever LAX is. And yeah, like I guess that's how they can do it. But I gotta tell you, I mean, okay, my dad worked at a bank, as I was growing up or whatever. I'm not 100% like go banks go or whatever. It's just, but it does feel weird to just have this imaginary money. I guess it's all none of it's real. As I haven't said money isn't real in a while. It's been a good year and a half since I've said money isn't real. But I just you got to have it on your phone. What if you don't have a phone? I don't know.
Dog.
Whatever. I guess do what you want to do. Who cares? It's all going up in flames.
Real talk, yo. None of this is real, B.
None of
Who
this is
cares?
real. Man. Yeah, see this is what happens. with this
Yo.
new administration, I'm back to money isn't real and it's all going up in flames. Look at that. I hadn't thought that way in a I mean, I think that way all the time, but I haven't said it out loud in a while. So here we are. We're back here. Venmo. I mean, I guess,
Hey man, I ain't mad at it. Uh
yeah.
Venmo got like these weird looking debit cards and credit cards, and it does remind me of like the way JetBlue likes to paint the back of their planes. Like it's like just sporadic bright colors.
So you think it's a good mix?
I like it. It goes together well. I got a Venmo debit card. I use it for I get all the comedy money in Venmo,
Right.
and then I got 2 kids debit cards. So I
Okay.
give them a debit card with my comedy money so that
Hmm.
they could go like, yo, you got an emergency, you got a debit card with cash. You know what
Oh.
I mean? So
Oh, well, no
that
one.
way,
So then you have to keep doing shows.
real talk forever.
Oh,
But I
Lord.
know like just because like I haven't had a chance. I gotta open like a checking account for them at some point. But
Oh, right.
I haven't done that. And I also don't want to give them like my actual debit card.
No, you don't want to do
Like, you
that.
know what I mean? I love
Mm-mm.
them. I don't trust them like that. Like
No.
I seen Michaela with like I gave Michaela a debit card for an emergency and she bought like $40 in books at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, see? That's
And yo, like, and
yeah,
I
that's my kind of child.
real
Yeah,
talk, it was
no.
like the perfect thing of like, I can't get mad at you because you did something that like was good. But
But
this ain't the time, my G. Like,
yeah, right,
real
right.
talk. This was about food, like feeding you. You know what I mean? I needed that 40, you know what I mean? I was like buying sandwiches. I was texting her the whole time. I'm like, yo, you having emergencies at Barnes and Noble? Like, like what's
How does
that?
that work?
Real talk. Also, you've been there 8 hours. Like, what are you eating? If you bought all, she said, I bought a tea. And then like I also got this book and I found this journal. I'm like, all right.
All right.
But Venmo helps me to control that when they out. Like I'll be like, yo, this got $25. You don't know how much it got. It's whatever I tell you. So shouts to Venmo, shouts to JetBlue, making it happen.
I guess so.
In other news, Teamsters plan to strike at Costco on February 1st.
Oh.
That's right. Members of the Teamsters Union have authorized a strike against Costco on February 1st unless they reach a deal with the warehouse retailer before the current contract expires on January 31st. The union said 18,000 Costco workers are set to go on strike at 56 of the company's warehouses spread across 5 states after 85% of the members voted to authorize a strike. In addition to the disagreements on wages and benefits, the union said Costco had rejected union proposals dealing with seniority pay, paid family leave, bereavement policies, sick time, and safeguards against surveillance. The company did not respond to a request for comment on the strike vote.
All right. Let's
Real talk.
go.
Yo, get that
Let's
money,
go.
yo.
Come on, strike.
Real talk. I ain't mad at this at all, yo. Just if you're in
Mm-mm.
one of those areas, good luck though. Hopefully that strike don't shook you, but Teamsters do strike.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, that's the thing. They
real
don't fuck
talk.
around.
They don't mess around with that, B.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh no, we going on strike."
Real talk.
Mm-mm.
They look for that shit. Like, you ain't been on strike this year, yo. Whose contract's up? Real talk, B. I think every job I've had, I've been a Teamster in some way, and I've been involved in a strike.
That's very funny.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
they do not play around with
They
that.
don't do yo. They're like, yo, just show up. You got your picket sign, Almonte? Real talk. At UPS, we struck. UPS, I struck. I think 3 weeks after I joined the union the first
Oh,
time.
that's so
Straight
funny.
up, I was like, y'all still like, I need money, like for real. They're like, nah, be like, we striking, big picture,
Big
straight up,
picture. Big picture. I mean, you gotta
straight
take
up.
yeah, you gotta take care of yourself, and clearly, the powers
Mhm.
that be will do what they'll get away with whatever they can,
Straight up.
and,
They don't play.
you gotta go, "Hey, bruh, this is an overreach. What you got going on? This is an overreach, so
Real talk.
we just gonna stop, and we're gonna take a deep breath,
We will talk about it.
and let's discuss this."
Straight up, they don't play. So good luck to y'all out there. Real talk.
Mhm.
I hope y'all figure it out. But yeah, I seen this straight up. I seen it at UPS. I seen it at Frito Lay. You know what I mean? Like straight up heavy strikes. Teamsters. Teamsters are different. They are 100% about to do this. So yeah, if you shop at this Costco, figure out other plans in February. 'Cause they mean
Yeah.
this.
Get what you can
Real
now.
talk. Stock up for real.
And
'Cause
I mean, it is Costco, so it shouldn't be too hard.
real talk. But also, like, if you see somebody not really trying to help you the 31st, just know they practicing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? They stretching.
just figure it
They
out
about to ease
yourself.
in.
Just go ahead and commandeer like a forklift. Just go ahead and do it.
Oh man. In other news, a Target theft ring figured out a way to cut item prices by $177,000, was just caught recently. That's right.
What? I don't even understand that.
Yo, a group bribed Target workers in Florida to drastically mark down items. Then they would return the counterfeit products in a $177,000 scheme. As a result of an investigation that lasted nearly a year, 6 people were charged. Uh, Target loss prevention became suspicious in February when it noticed that one employee had given nearly $27,000 in discounts to the same 2 people.
Oh no, you
Yo,
can't. Oh God.
you had
Look,
it, bro.
it takes a village. You can't do this with your boy and his cousin. You gotta
Yo,
you gotta really get a crew and
yeah,
y'all gotta swear to back each other up on it. No
yo.
leaks. No leaks.
Real talk, yo.
You
This
can't
is a
do.
really good little crime. And you tried to make it a big one crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of little ones. And also, I mean, we know that, or do we know that Target knows when you're stealing and they keep track? We discussed that, right? That
Yeah.
they keep track of how much you take. And the minute it hits a felony level, they're like, yoink. But they got you on file.
Mm-hmm. I won't
So
be surprised, yo.
yeah, so you gotta like cycle people in and out, but you can't just, it can't be the same two people. You gotta have another person in cahoots. It takes some time and some people.
Yeah. This is like a perfect, yo, everybody gonna make like 10 grand this year plan. But
Right.
y'all not
Y'all try,
three.
everybody trying to make a mill. You
Yo, y'all
can't.
trying to make them, yo, this ain't that, yo. Hey, y'all wilding right now, B. You trying to pay off the house. I'm saying you could get a free mortgage payment one month. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, don't get greedy, yo. You could have done this forever.
Mhm.
Target loss prevention. They caught 2 people, 36-year-old Lin Chen and 33-year-old Yun Zheng. According to an affidavit signed, the employee admitted he received Apple Watches, cash, 2 gift cards, and Starbucks drinks in exchange for helping the accused. You gave away the product, my G.
Yeah.
First of all, you helping them steal Apple Watches, and then you got paid in an Apple Watch. You know, like, come on, B. You was thinking small gift cards. You got the gift cards.
Yeah, well, I mean, gift cards
Star
are a
shots.
reliable hustle from what I understand.
I did that heavy, real talk. I ain't even
But
front.
but yeah.
I paid some really funny style trips to like restaurants. I've only been to Red Lobster on stolen gift cards. Real talk. Oh God,
Yo,
I don't even know what it's like to pay for that place on real money.
that's merch. I've only been to Red Lobster on stolen gift cards is merch.
Real
Write
talk.
it down. Write
Cheddar
it
biscuit.
down.
Real talk. I've never in my life paid for that place for real money. Only thing I did was tip. I was like, yo, this cash, because I don't know what's gonna happen with that card later. And I want nothing about my name on this place. Real talk. Yo, you are
Oh
weirdly focused on
my
spending $200 at Red Lobster. Hell yeah, I am.
god. Yeah, I am.
Hell yeah, I am. We gonna rack up this whole card today, man.
Oh
I know
my
it's just me and
god.
Gabby, but don't worry about it. Real talk.
Take the whole left side of the
Take the
menu to
whole
go,
joint.
please.
Real talk. We did crazy bills. It rack up. I'd be like, yo, keep the rest and here's some cash. You know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, these people are great. Hell yeah, we are. Just not to Red Lobster corporate. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my god, that's so funny.
Straight up. I got all of them joints. I got real talk. I got him for my day job. It was always a dude. I forget his name. He would come in and he would have like a new gift card that he was selling for the week. He'd be like,
That's
yo,
beautiful.
and he would sell them for like 40% of the thing. He'd be like, yo, you can buy them. Be like, I got a 200, I got a 500, what you need. And it
Oh
would
my
depend on the
god.
place. Hey,
Who needs
crazy numbers. So like,
$500 in Red Lobster?
well, it varied. Like the
Right.
$500 one I got was from as soon as I start talking about crimes, baby, I swear, yo, real talk. I don't know if there's a God, but like my computer fucks with me. Like real talk, it knows it's like, yo, Gastor, chill. This might end your career. Shut
Yeah.
it down. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man, it definitely you're like, "Nah, see the 500 was everything
Oh
went
man,
dark."
shut it
Went
down heavy. Real talk. Yeah, real talk. Yo, I was about to tell y'all all the stores we jacked. It was gonna be crazy. Oh
Ah.
man. Oh man. The hubris of youth. Real talk. If you would like to read Gastor's autobiography, you know what I mean? Petty crimes and other things I got away with, coming out exclusively one day after I pass away. Uh, all you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think there's a lot. I'm telling you, it's surprising. Okay.
But Gastor, you seem like such a nice guy.
Real talk. They go hand in hand. They were all crimes of survival, in my opinion. Okay.
Right, yes.
Except for the cheddar biscuits. I definitely just wanted cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
That's
everything
fair.
else, you know what I mean? You get $500 at Babies R Us. You have a baby. You need that.
Oh, no, no, gosh, be quiet, you're gonna get us shut down again.
They can't get me. They already shut down themselves. Probably because of people like me. Real talk, yo.
Ah,
Oh man.
oh, Lord.
5 stars. Surprisingly, I gotta say, I was following Shalewa's system one crime at a time. Oh,
Good.
real talk. I didn't steal anything like physically walk out the store. I paid for it with not existing money. Okay.
Okay, well, yes, as long as your tags had not also expired while you were carrying home this
Real talk.
contraband, I guess you should be fine.
Oh man. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Lori McDaniel, Cynthia Butler, and the Rare Element. With all that said, I am the looking back fondly on those cards. I gotta hit up Jay, see what he's up to.
Stop saying names! Oh my god.
I just said an initial.
Either way.
Know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
There's thousands of J's out there.
Mhm. And they all go by Jay. And it turns out their name is Jay.
Real talk. Yo, on God, I still don't even know that dude's real name.
How about well, good, because he knows what he's doing.
Real talk. Jay, yo,
That's
shouts to you, Jay, wherever you are.
that's a career criminal. He
Real
knows
talk.
to give you a letter.
Yo, Jay was my age, worked a regular job.
Mhm.
I met him at a regular job, and
Mhm.
on God, I never heard his name said in attendance. Like, no, everyone in the building just called him Jay. Afterward, he was Jay. And like his answers was like, yo, like he ain't do social media.
Mm.
Like he ain't do none of that. He's like, yeah, like, I got like 4 Facebook profiles, but none of them, like, y'all got me. Real talk.
Sounds to me like he did all of the social media.
Yo, real talk. He's like, I'm out here, but like I don't add y'all. He's like, I
Mm.
see y'all though. He's like, I see what you're doing. Yeah, he's like, but nah. He like, I don't add none of y'all on them joints. Yo, he was different, yo. Real talk, Jay, that dude.
Yeah, sounds like. It sounds like.
Real talk, yo. Anytime I bump into that dude, he got a different uniform on, yo. Jay, yo. Jay a hustler for real. That's my man's, yo. Real talk.
Oh my god.
Man. With all that said, I am looking back fondly at Jay Gastor Almonte. Real talk. Remember your real friends, okay?
Mhm.
Real talk. Wit, I'm sure she got some crimes in her past.
No.
Shalewa Sharpe.
Of passion? No. Straight and narrow. That's me. Straight and narrow.
Amen. Amen. Real talk. I can't tell my kids not to do something unless I've done it and understood the
Oh, wow,
repercussions.
that's an interesting wrinkle.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
there's one way to look at that.
I know what the costs are. And I can be like,
Uh-huh.
nah, don't do this because I've been through it.
Sure,
Okay.
yes.
Down and out.
Okay.
Also, and I could be like, I did it for you. Okay. You sat in
Uh-huh.
that car seat. Okay?
Your kids, unfortunately, are entirely too smart to fall for that. I mean, you can try it, but they literally gonna look at you like, "For real?" They won't even call you dad anymore. They'll just start calling you Gastor because they don't respect you anymore as a father if you try to pull that with them. You know
Oh
this.
man.
You know
Yeah,
this to
nah.
be true.
Real talk. My daughter right now is at like mock trial thing she's doing. So she'll like lawyer the fuck out of me out of this.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah, she ready.
you won't make it.
Yeah, nah, I ain't built for
No,
it.
no, you're not. That's the new generation. Let
Real
them
talk.
have that.
I'm a good man now though. I've
Yes,
grown.
that's
Okay.
good.
Also just doing better financially, so I don't have to do that. But real
Right.
talk. Times got rough, I'm right back to it. Real talk. My kids will eat, I promise you. Okay. Oh man. Catch y'all next time. Peace.